Let's see another problem from LeetCode. This is a maximal rectangle, and this is hard problem here. But if you have understood clearly the other historical, that is histogram problem, so then it will be very easy. So first, like in order to understand this problem, you must understand histogram problem. So you can search in YouTube non-necessary LeetCode, and you can click there and you can search histogram, and we'll see there's a problem largest rectangle histogram. So this problem you have to understand first, and then you have to come back here because this function, I'm utilizing this function largest rectangle area in this current problem. So I just copied that function here and just put it that function here. So yeah, so that's a completely from here to here, all the code I have just copied. So this is, in this problem, this line is in main function. So I copied from there. So if you see here in a main, so these three lines I copied to this largest rectangle area, and then other rest of the functions are same. Okay, so yeah, so the first thing is you just go there, understand the problem, and you'll get the clear idea about finding the largest rectangle in a histogram, and then we'll come back here. Okay, now try to understand this problem, and then we'll solve this. And again, we have added just few lines to solve this problem. So in this problem, we are trying to find out, maximal rectangle. So if you see, this place, this is the length is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the maximal. If I count this area like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so this is just a 5, but this is, if you see, that's a 6, and this way this is a 4. So that's not the answer. We need this one, maximal rectangle. So the way we are going to solve this, we iterate each row. Each row will iterate, and in each row we'll find maximum. This one we'll use this function, the largest rectangle area. This, so in each line we'll see the largest rectangle area here, and we'll see which is the max, and then come back, and here also again combining with this, again we'll check which the maximum, come here which the maximum, and then we'll show that okay, maximum rectangle. So maximal rectangle is this. So we'll try to understand with this small, this commented line. So in this example, so one, so you just understand this is a one-story building. So that's why just I put one here, and zero I put the dot, and again for one-story building. And in this area, if I want to see the maximal rectangle is just a one, because this one is not together. So this is just a one. So here this is a maximal rectangle is just one. So I put that in an answer, that one. When I come and I store this in one temp array. This line I can store in a temp array, and then again I start iterating from here. And I see uh, this is the one. Then I go to the previous one, and then I can add this 1, 1, 2. So that's here. If you see the two building here, and here in this line I added this 1, 1, 2. So I see 2 here. In this line also 2, and that's in the temp array. I'm maintaining this in a temp array. Previously in a temp array has this line, this value, and when I iterate to this line, then in a temp array I check what is the value here, 1, and then I see there is a 1 already here, and update the temp array. That's a 2. Come here, so 0, that's a 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, like this. This 1, that's 1, 1, and here also I updated in the same way. So now in this line, if I want to see which is the maximal rectangle, then I see this 3, 1, 2, 3. Here I can see the maximal rectangle. Okay, so in the similar way, I go to the the third row, and in the third row also I see this value in a temp array 2. I make it 3, and then again here there's a 1 and this 2 again, this 1 and previous value is 2 3, so I updated this value. But when I see the 0, then I so in this case, like if I see the 1, so I added 1, and in a 0 I just put the zeros. In a temp array, that value will be 0 0, and 1 I add that value, another else put that in a uh, 0 if it is 0. Then each row, in each row we are finding which is the maximal, and then at the end we'll return that value. So that's the logic we'll see. So here in a result I've just put some very minimum value because we are trying to find the maximal, and there is a temp array I created. So one temp array, and the length is this column, so first row column, so that's the length for this temp array. There's one loop, and what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to copy this line to the temp array, and this is byte, so I need to convert that in an int. So that's I put that in a temp array. Yeah, so the matrix 0, if I get this 1, 1 and 0, so this 0 value is 48, 1 value uh, is 49. So just I'm subtracting the 48. That means I will store successfully that 1 here. So actually in a temp array, that's a in order to store 1, I'm doing this thing, minus 48 here. Okay, so in this way, successfully we store this line in a temp array, and now we pass this temp array in a largest rectangle area, and it will give me, the largest value, that is 1 here, and then I can store that in a result. So this function, largest rectangle area, that is I got it from the previous example, just I show you from here, largest rectangle in a histogram, and just copy that function as I'm calling that function. Okay, now I start my for loop from this row, and again in this row I will check if this is 0, then temp j in a temp array I'll update to update that to 0. But here in this case this is the 1. So okay, so in a temp j I'm just incrementing the value here, otherwise that's a 0. And in a loop, once I update this temp array, and then I'll calculate largest rectangle area passing this temp, and then again I'll put that value in a result. At the end we can return the result. So that's the small logic. I'll just put that in a debug mode, and we'll see like what's happening here. So maybe I just put one debugger here, so in that way at least we can see the value of m, we can see the temp value, and then I can put one debugger point here and then one here. Okay, let's run this. So when we come here, then we see that's temp array. So temp array has, and this is all this byte, so matrix whatever we have passed here, matrix. So that's also bytes. So that's just showing the 49 for 0. I mean 49 for 1 and 48 for 0. And by this time, we have already uh, put that value in a first row in a temp array, and also found the max. So that's why we can see the temp array has 1 1 1 0 1 0 0, and the max is 1 in this. Now I'll just jump to this line. By this time we already updated this temp, so we already updated, and that's why its value is 2 0 2 1 1. Now we'll find the max over there and go to the next line. You can see the max is 3. This time max is 3, and then we updated the result. Okay, and we know that when we go to the third row we'll get our answer, because here this third row our answer is here. So again jump that this place. Now temp is 3 1. Again go to the next line, and this time we got the max is 6, and that's what we updated that in a result. So that's the small logic. Just run it and see accepted. That's good. So that's all for now. Thank you.